Hello, if you can hear me. I'm just setting up. I haven't yet figured out how to, like, get a stream all set up, before I begin it. I don't know if that's just my fault or if YouTube's setup just sort of works this way. But I seem to have to start it and then go into events in my live streaming tab, and then I've got a URL which I can copy and paste to people. It doesn't seem like a very sensible way around, so I'm sure I'm wrong about that. Right, well anyway, I'm posting this, or rather the link to this, on Patreon. Okay, I've done that. Oh dear, why is that still my banner? It's not much good. My camera is a little bit old and rubbish and blurry. Sorry about that. And now I'll tweet it. Well, actually, I better check that I've got the URL right, actually. Yes, I have, but goodness sake, what a very, very blurry webcam that is. Let me see if I can do anything about it. It just means it's out of focus. I mean, it's also a terrible webcam. But can I fix it? Let's find out. Trouble is, I have to reach physically over to it to change its focus. So what can I use to represent me? The back of the chair, I suppose, but it's difficult to tell how focusy we are with that. Especially from where I have to stand to do this. I'm going to try that. Is that any better? A bit. Right, so hello. It's November, and that is NaNoWriMo month. A month in which people use the sort of existence of NaNoWriMo to force them to do some NaNoWriMos. And I'm one of those people. Let me just tweet that. Force them to do some NaNoWriMos. That doesn't mean a thing. What we do is we force ourselves to write stories and fiction and stuff. So I've got my cup of tea. I've got a packet of hobnobs. And I'm going to begin by opening the packet of hobnobs in a special way. I have a way of opening hobnobs. It involves the use of a little letter opener, and what I do... Check the integrity of the letter opener. First of all, has it been used to open any Amazon packages? Is it covered in glue? Who knows? Having done that, I then... writing tip. I then insert it underneath the top hobnob. Now let me just check which way... Yes, that's the sturdiest way up. So I insert the little knife under the top hobnob, which you may be able to see me doing if I bring it round to there. That's too difficult. I'm going to do it from my side. I cut all the way round under the top hobnob. Right? And what we then have is a lid. Once you take off 2 hobnobs or more, you can then turn that upside down, put it back on the packet, and that will keep your hobnobs a lot more fresh than if you didn't do that, I've discovered. That's right. Writing time. We have this hobnob. So, going to be writing some stories, and oh, there's people there saying, any idea how long till it's live? I don't know what they meant by that, but anyway, hello everyone. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing some writing. You can see my Scrivener window there. I've basically come up with a completely new idea. That makes it sound like I came up with it like today. I didn't. I've been thinking about it for about, well, I'd say about a year. And the plan was always to start writing this year, so I'm using November as my excuse. So, I'll tell you in a minute about first drafts, but let's just start. So. Good start there, look. I've accidentally typed 2 capital letters. Whoops. Is that a mixed metaphor? Can you have a hollow impression? Not sure. You can have a hobnob. Well, I can. You can if you've got any. A first draft does not have to be good. It does not have to be readable. It doesn't really have to be legible. If I at this time typed doesn't really have to be legible and just left it there, that would be perfectly fine because I can edit it out later. I'm not going to do that, but I just want you to know that what I'm doing here is pushing myself to write a story I've been procrastinating over and putting off. And if I feel like it has to be good first time, I'm not going to get anywhere. And that, by the way, is one of the things that any writer will tell you. It's one of the secrets of getting things written, apart from not talking to a webcam all the time, is not to worry too much about what it goes like. That seems as if she's putting the candle back in place with a fingernail. Oh, that was a nice hobnob. Oh, I think I'm going to have another one in a minute. Is police work one word or two? Let's find out. Can't tell. I see examples of both. We're going with the name Straw today, because I needed a name for this individual that sounded sort of like people who lived in a wood would end up with a name like that. And I can't remember why I settled on Straw, but I did. And it is by no means final. Oh dear. Let me check the chat. Yeah, Mr. PSB is watching. I perhaps should have worded that differently. Oh, Hobnob's out of a new packet. Absolutely lovely. Makes it worth it. A reward system. Oh, I'll tell you what. I should put you guys in the video. What am I playing at? I'll have to organise that another time. Let's have a look at the chat and see what's going on. Free says, I thought this was the normal way to open biscuit packets. Alright, evidently. I didn't come up with that myself then. There's Mr. PSB asking, where are the words? But I've since satisfied him, I'm sure. Sorry, I've filled my face with biscuit now. John Zelda 100 says, wasn't this supposed to be patrons only? Very good question. It is, and it will be, but I thought I'd start out publicly. Why not? Why not? I wanted to feel what it was like to just dive in and be brave and do something silly like this in front of the world. And I quite like it. This is fine so far. But I am writing what is one of the more planned out bits of the story at this stage. I'm really not writing by the seat of my pants at the moment. I have extensive notes. But yeah, future videos, which, I mean, look, I can't promise I'm doing one every day this month. In fact, I can promise I'm not. But I intend to do many more. And they will be patron only. Unless, I mean, now and then I might go, hey, I'll do a public one. Just if the mood hits me. But the majority of them will be patron only. So if anyone wants to... If anyone finds themselves wanting... Finding crumbs. If anyone finds themselves wanting to see me write the rest of this, then they're going to have to pop over to patreon.com/DemonTomatoDave. I should have made a little banner thing that goes in this black space in the bottom right-hand corner and says, tell you what, let's just do it with Notepad. To see the future... no, that's no good. To see future episodes of this, Join over at patreon.com/DemonTomatoDave. There we go. And if I then just... This is going to be extremely makeshift. If I go like that, and I go... Well, hang on. Sorry about this. This is going to be incredibly exciting when you finally see it. Oh dear. That was rubbish. Are we back on? Sorry about that. I hit the entirely wrong button. Right, I think I'm back on now, and there's my there's my makeshift Patreon advert. It's good, isn't it? Isn't that good? So there we go. I've written that. Have I even spelt it correctly? I don't know. Yeah, it'll do. Okay, well, before I carry on, let me have a little look at the chat. Benjamin Dale says, I've been meaning to tell you that the little jars of marbles you have on your bookshelf make me anxious. They frequently move and change position without any mention. Oh, I'm very sorry to make you anxious. I'm probably just moved them around to put my elbow on the shelf and lean there. What else happens? A couple of people are saying 2. I don't know what they're saying 2 about. I believe the first one is public and the rest Patreon exclusive, but I've explained that now. Yes. Okay. Hello. Hey! Alright, Garrett! Garrett Robinson has joined the chat. Everyone say hello to Garrett, whose basically idea I'm currently ripping off. Because he is my inspiration for streaming writing, something I would never have either thought of or been brave enough to do were it not for his vlogger novel series. And the fact that, quite honestly, it looks like a marvellous way to kick oneself into gear and get oneself to actually do some work. Right. Do you know what? While we're here... Hello, Jonathan Warner. Can I pop out the chat? Make it into a little sort of a chat. And then put it up on the screen. If I sort of... No, not that. If I move my thing over there and... You know, that's rubbish. Get rid of that. And move that, say, I don't know, up there and make me little like that. And then, I don't know. Where shall I put that? I'll keep that there, and then perhaps I can make the chat appear up in that top right hand corner or something like that. Let me try that. You see how that goes. If I go like this, and I go window capture, and I go chat, I go... Okay. And then, yes, that's right. That's the correct window. That's the one I wanted. And then I put that over there. Well, it's not pretty, but it's a start, isn't it? And then I can make that bigger, and I can put it down there. Yeah, all right. That'll do, won't it, for now? Just for the time being. Okay. All right, there we go. And then I'll send that. This isn't right. I'm not writing. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do some writing now. Here comes the bit of writing that I'm going to do now. Oh, God, yeah, John Zelda. I am a tab abuser. Let's have a look at your straw says. The spirit. Now, what you can't see is that I've got a lot of notes. You're only seeing the blank word processor bit of my Scrivener setup, because everything else on the screen is spoilers. So I'm keeping them to myself for now. That when he died might be superfluous, but let's keep it for now. Oh, this is why I can have two G's in it. I didn't know that. Does it really? Does it really? Apparently. According to the internet, that's a British English thing, and, well, I'm British English, so... That doesn't seem right to me. I don't think that's true, but alright, keep it for now. By the way, we've got some names coming in here. We have Mr. Nigel Fairhill. We have Winder's Path. Basically, I don't know what these names are going to be, and I've just done a... there was a thing that I'd done to come up with names. It was a tab I've got open. What is it? mithrilandmages.com/utilities/streetnames.php, and it just generates names for places and things, and I've just been using it to, and there's more specific name generators, but I've just been using that and then changing them a bit, and then who knows, I might keep these names, I might change them. No, see, I'm the same there, Jonathan. Do you know what? I don't like it. I'm changing it to wagon with 1G, and then we'll just have to deal with it later, won't we? Oh no, better. Winder's Patch. Yeah, that's a better name. There we are. That's I've got a lot of notes, you know, scribbled down up till there, so that you can sort of think of that as a second draft, really, because I was just sort of going through and turning into prose things that I already had sorted out. It gets a bit vague from here, so there's going to be a lot of pausing and thinking and kind of staring about the place. So before we get into that, let me have a little look in the chat, see what is going on. Yep, Connor. This is NaNoWriMo. I'm doing some writing. I've never done this before. I mean, I've written before, but like I've never shown anyone, and I've certainly not done it in front of anyone. Yeah, quite right. We need some sort of thing in the middle. Thanks, Mensky. I needn't bother now. I'm gonna have to. Oh, yeah, there you go. That's the rest of the story. Yeah. Oh, I'm not just satisfied with original stroke plain hobnobs. I demand them. Chocolate on my hobnobs? No thanks. Well, I mean, I'll put up with it. It'd be fine. But I don't want that. That's not what I want. Thank you, Wetcat McNosky. Do you mean in the name generator, Tom? Not so far, I don't think. Thanks, Sven, although you've probably gone. Oh, where'd that go? Oh, that's good. Wetcat. Nice to know. Oh, evening, Miriam. All right. Thanks, Caldio. Oh right, now I've got to go in a sort of a seat of the pants sort of way. But first, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tweak this again. Find a way to get the flipping URL. Now what have I closed? Well, I've closed Twitter. Oh, that's not too bad. Hello, miso soup, or soupy, or super. Mr. Limpet Lad, what's happening is, it's NaNoWriMo, a month where we do some writing, and I'm doing some writing right here. I'm writing a story for yous. I'm writing while streaming for the first time in the name of hashtag NaNoWriMo. And dear God, I'm quite enjoying it. It might be going okay. That's what I want to say. There we go. Now, what's my tea situation? I'm guessing gold. Gold. I'm going to go and heat up my tea. See you in a moment. Just brush the hobnob crumbs into this handily situated bin. Oh. I've just found out 2 of my friends are engaged. That's nice. DM from my wife Abby there. Some of you may know. Okay. Begonst, Twitter. Begonst. Right. So what goes now? What goes next? Since this is the first draft and I'm trying to have lots of words, because it's NaNoWriMo, I'm going to put in a bit of dialogue that I did plan, but that I didn't put in here, because honestly, it's probably superfluous. But whatever, we're going for word count, so why not? Why not bung it in here? I can always delete it later in the edit, can't I? And it went like... How did it go? And I think that was initially just there to sort of establish that she's a detective, basically. And a bit of a sarcastic one, but I don't know. It's a nice little character bit. I don't know whether I'm going to bother leaving it in or whether it's entirely useless. What's happening over in the chat, I wonder? Oops. 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 No. Oh. Oh. How pleasant that I pronounced this person's name correctly. I can't remember how I pronounced it, so I don't want to. I don't want to say it again. Superbase 1793, the reason wagon is red underlined is because apparently in British English it's spelled with 2 G's, but I and everybody else here agrees that it shouldn't be. Why don't I dunk my biscuit? Good question. It's just not a habit I ever got into. Don't see the point. See again, dunking your biscuit. It's the same as having chocolate on your biscuit. It's like these are all just ways of converting a biscuit into something other than it is. And I like biscuits. I don't need them soggy. I don't need them chocolatey. Oh, what's Garrett? What's that from? Little Red Cookbook. What's that from? I feel like I'm 18 and I'm sitting around in the sixth form social centre quoting that, but why? Yeah, sorry, miso, whatever it is. I don't know how to say that. I think I asked you before, didn't I? I think we've had a conversation about it. This isn't writing. What was the place called? Something Patch. Winders Patch? Now I need a new name generating, so let's do a bit of this. Oh dear, the word loop is coming up quite a lot in this generator, and I used it once, so perhaps I ought to not do, because it seems like it's a bit of a you know, it'll be immediately obvious that I got it from here. I tend to change them a bit anyway. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a city name or something similar. Okay, I've generated that, and instead of sitting there, I'm going to put the first two together, which is Bramford. Is that a real place? It sounds like it is. It is. It's a real place. Don't really want a real place. How about if I change it to the next one, which is Bramsbury? Probably still a real place. Yeah. Add in another syllable from the list. Broxbury? Broxbury, also a real place. Oh no, it's a name. Brockbury Hall? Okay, Broxbury, let's call it there. Oh. Hang on a minute then. I shall indeed check my Twitter DMs. What have you sent me? Yeah, go on then. Wait for me. Hard drive to fire up. Hang on. Good night, Connor, if you're still there. Save that under the name of 8-Bits Patreon banner thingy. And, where shall I put it? There it is. Thank you for that. Oh, it's actually a bit... I might have to just have the top of it showing. Might have to just be peeping like that. Where shall I put it? I put it there. It's a bit inelegant, but it'll do for now. And then I'll arrange the next. When I actually put some effort into this and properly arrange the screen, I'll. Anyway, this isn't writing. How does this conversation end up? What was this guy going to be? Oh, I know. He's going to be a ditch digger, but he's fallen in a ditch, so that's a bit too many ditches. What can he be? Oh, perhaps he can just be a guy who has a wagon. What would you call that? A carter? I don't know. That's very nice, fellows, but I'm going to miss anything anyone says if you do the whole song. If you do an entire 16-minute long set of lyrics. Well, let's call him a wagoner. But if we're going with... I wonder if there is such a thing as a wagoner with one G. Yes, there is. It's the drawer of a horse-drawn wagon. I'm imagining someone who's got a kind of a... Just a little, almost like a wheelbarrow that he carts around. What would somebody like that be called? I know. John Barrowman. A Barrowman, yeah. Alright, yeah, okay. Go with that for now. It doesn't have to be. That doesn't have to be what his job actually is. supposed to have a comma in there. Where am I in my notes? I don't mean lead, do I? Oh, lovely. That might do the trick. Let me try that. Blah 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 blah. There we go. That's better, isn't it? Blah 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 blah. There we go. Hey, thanks for that, Matt. Hello, Nunny. Do 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 do. Sorry to rain on their old parade there, Mr. Limpet Lad. I'm very proud of you for having memorised all the lyrics. I just want to say I really love that song. So does my little brother. I was wondering if you say hello. Of course. Hello, Theo. I'm glad you liked the song. So do I. You know, that's one of those things. You don't always, when you make stuff, some of it you like, some of it you don't like. Mario Land with lyrics. Ocarina of Time with lyrics. Although I also like Mario Land with lyrics. But no, Ocarina of Time with lyrics, that was a good one. If anyone here, if for some weird reason anyone who's watching this who hasn't seen Ocarina of Time with lyrics, then just search for that. Just put it into YouTube or Google or anything. Ocarina of Time with lyrics, and you will see rather a long song by myself and my friend Brent. Hot Ribena Winterberry is nice, but nothing can beat tea and hobnobs. Christmas Ribena, isn't it good? Yes, David J. Sillinger, this is Scrivener. Although, don't get an opinion of Scrivener from what you're looking at here. I've cut off everything but a small sliver of it so that you don't see the spoilers in all my notes. Yeah. Yes, I'm not writing. I'm not writing. So, here we go. Hello, Lobster Bomb. That's a bit forward. I don't think she would say that straight up. There you go. It's a bit posh. Oh, I've gone from wagon to cart to barrow, haven't I? Let's settle on wagon just for now. Might turn it into something else. Ooh, that makes it seem like she's disappeared or something. No, that's a bit weird. I need him to express that he's happy to talk. Oh, I've not got a name for this fella. Let's go back to my name generator thingy. Oops, doops, 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 doops. Oh, I mean, look, I don't know that I'll get to. I don't know that I'll get to 50,000 words. I'm basically using NaNoWriMo as an excuse to start this and keep going and write every day this month. I don't know that I'll get to to 50,000. That's a bit much. Mind you, I'm not far off 1,000. I mean, I know there's not 50 days in a month, but I don't care about sticking to November. You know, if I write 50,000 in 50 days, I'm very happy with that. That's more than I normally would. Oh, that's right. I'm generating a name for this fella. Any chance of an audiobook of the finished story? Yeah, there's quite a strong chance of that, actually. Lobster Bomb, I think, honestly, this isn't a very long story so far. Look, that's it. So if you just go back in the video, because I think you can, even on a live video, I think you can drag it like to the beginning. So if you just go to the beginning and then skip ahead, whenever I write a paragraph, you can read it in 2 or 3 big chunks and then come straight back here and you'll get through it in a minute or so. Oh yeah, keep forgetting to generate a name. Where's my name generating thing? All right, Craden. That's the first name on my list of. Oh no, actually, that's a bit close to someone's name I actually know, and I don't want people to think I'm putting them in things. So Let's generate some more. Oh, Ludgersall, that's a good one. Apparently that's a real place. What should we call this? It's not a seance, it's a, I don't know, like a raising, like a communion. Let's have a look at some synonyms for communion. Oh, hello. Okay. I probably don't mean communion, do I? All right, well, I don't want to get stuck, so I'm going to call it a raising. That's not what it's going to be, but we'll call it that. Well, there we go. Oh yeah, there was a Nigel, wasn't there? Who's? Oh no, Nigel was the bloke who had his money stolen. Summons. Have I set any? I haven't set any goals at all. I'm just sort of finally writing a thing, you know. You know. Yeah, no, I don't really have any specific plans. I have one. Well, I have one plan, which is that I don't have to do as much today as I have to do on other days because it's the first day. I'm trying it out for the first time, and yes, this one is a this one is a public stream. But from now on, they'll be patron only. They'll be for the I have a streaming tier on my Patreon, and I think that maybe some of them will be exclusive to that tier. But I think I'm going to make some of them for anyone on any tier of my Patreon, just because I don't know. I kind of want people to be here for these, sort of breathing down my neck and making sure I do it. While we're at it. No, I don't bother with that. I'm going to put in a bit here. No, that awkward silence kind of does need to come after that. I'll put it here. There we go. I think that's not a chapter, but it's a bit, isn't it? KBY30 asks, "Wait a second, haven't I seen this before?" No. About the Shrikes. Oh, well, it's perfectly possible that there's something else that uses the name Shrikes. I mean, that was the first thing I came up with, and I'm, as with all the names in this, I'm probably going to change them somewhere along the way. But as a shrike is a kind of bird, I'm having trouble. I mean, I've Googled it, and can't seem to can't seem to find anything else that uses. Oh wait, here's something. There's a search that's Shrike's sci-fi. It's the codename of a series of DC Comics characters, and it's the Shrike is a monster in the Hyperion Cantos science fiction book series. So, oh, and there's a character called Shrike in Philip Reeves' books. So it's perfectly possible that any one of those might have been what. Because I literally came up with it the instant I would needed to think of a name. Oh, and of course the Shrike Abyssal in Mass Effect. So yeah, any of those could be where I got that from. So I might end up having to change the name. That's fine. No, I meant, haven't I seen that excerpt before? No, I literally wrote it live on air just now. Oh, hello, Meg. It probably is deja vu. It sounds like it. Don't worry about it, KBY30. Not everyone's got spare dosh. Okay, so ideally I'd be writing more words than that per day, but I don't mind going a little bit easy on day one. I mean, honestly, I feel like I've done that now. I feel like that's me for today. It's exciting. There we go. I've just done my first writing stream. Well, well, well. Eh? You think about that? Huh. Don't know what to do now. So, another day, maybe tomorrow, I'll, you know, do it earlier in the day, and then I'll just keep going. Billy says, will we ever see a Settlers 2 stream? Oh, yes. Absolutely, for certain, definite, yes. All right, there we go. I think that's it. That's me for today. So, if you enjoyed that, if you like the look of this story, I haven't really shown you anything about, you know, what it is or where it's going yet. But if you do, then you may want to join the old Patreon, and then you'll be able to watch all of the videos. I think I'm going to do a couple more public ones, but the majority of the action will be going on Patreon. So that is patreon.com/DemonTomatoDave. And there we go. I'll see you there. Some of you. And everyone else smells and is less good. No, I like you all. I can't even pretend. But yeah, no, if you can, then do pop over, because I'm just sort of hoping to do more of this. I'm enjoying it. But I promised some exclusive videos to my Patreon people, and I don't see myself having time to stream very much else this month. So this is what it's going to be. All right. Bye then, everybody. And have a good time. Hey, yeah, you never know. This could indeed turn out to be a good book. I don't even know if this is going to get finished, let alone if I'm ever going to be able to, like, publish it or anything. But it's not dreadful, is it? It's a bit rambly towards the end of this section, but if I pruned that down, I think this first section's pretty strong. So, yeah, you never know. You might find that I either put this out as an ebook when it's done, if it's done, or I, who knows? I might actually send it to people. You never know. In which case, who knows? This may be a future book that people have heard of. There may be fans of this in the future, and you were here to watch it. The first words of it go down on the page, so who knows? Yes, I've already got 1,000 words. I've written 1,152 today, thanks to Scrivener's little counter at the bottom. We can see that. And there we go. Oh, now that's an interesting one. Weirdo Maxim says, I can't even pay internationally. That's a situation I guess I ought to know about, because who knows how many people who might want to join the Patreon or indeed do other stuff might simply be unable to. Is that just, I mean, some reason why you can't open a PayPal account or something like that? I don't want it to sound like I'm going, I'm not trying to twist your arm to join my Patreon. I'm genuinely interested, in the sense of, so I'm not suggesting you should join my Patreon personally, but I am trying to figure out why you wouldn't be able to, so that I then have a better idea of why other people wouldn't be able to. Yeah, see, that's a simple and fairly universal reason, is if you just can't afford it. But I'm interested to know why somebody wouldn't be able to pay internationally. Well, perhaps we'll keep this chat going or something. Anyway, I kind of want to carry on. Started a new thing. I could start the next bit, couldn't I? And I could, yeah. So I could call that chapter 1, draft 1. I imagine Scrivener probably has a means of noting what draft it is. Oh, how about over here at the side? Oh yeah, first draft. Lovely. Oh, there you go. Okay, so I don't need to put draft. Oh, I'm going to put it anyway. Nepal's normal bank system won't let pay outside India on a... Oh, gosh. Oh, and you have to pay more. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, that's a shame. They don't have PayPal over there. How much would I have to donate to get a copy of the book as soon as it comes out? Good question, Ian. I mean, I don't know, because I don't even know if it is coming out. So that'd be weird for me to make some sort of promise there. So I don't know. We'll have to sort that out another time, I'm afraid. But it'd be one of those things where it's like, I think I've got a tier actually on the Patreon, which is like, you get my digital stuff. You get to see my stuff early. I think it'll be the songs tier. So that's what. It's just a £5 tier, a $5 tier, I think. Well, don't quote me on that. It'll say on the Patreon which one there's anyway, one of the tiers, it says on it like, you get my stuff first here. So that'll be the one that I'll presumably put it out on, and anyone who's on that tier would get it. But it's going to be a long time, so don't get excited yet. Good night, Dry Bones Kirby. Well, I mean, again, Yoshi, Orange Yoshi, let's not cross bridges that haven't been built yet. In the first chapter, which I might start writing in a minute, probably not. Basically, I'm waiting for my wife to get home, at which point I'll end the stream so that she doesn't have to worry about being on a stream. But in the next chapter, in the first chapter, I am going to introduce a character who is a wight, and that's W-I-G-H-T, which in this particular case is sort of, I mean, it's not, but imagine it's the elves of this world. Imagine, you've got a different race of human-like beings. And I don't want to call it white because, it sounds like white. That'll just be something that's always confusing. The old English version of it is W-I-H-T. No, but again, it's still pronounced white, presumably. But I need a word that means an other creature. White is a good one because it can sometimes mean monsters. It can, but it like originally it just means like living things, like sentient creatures, which is a word that I do. I need a word a bit like that to describe them. So what should I call them? I wonder. I don't want to call them whites because as well as the fact that it sounds like white, as in Caucasian. It also, you know, they're in D&D and stuff, aren't they? They're in. Does Tolkien have whites? Can't remember. The earliest example of this usage in English is in William Morris's translation of the Grettis Saga, where Draug is translated as Barrow White. Perhaps I should call them Draugs. What's a Draug? A Gain Walker, an undead creature. Oh no, he's not undead. Yeah, exactly, Matt. Good idea. Well, Semi-Automagic, just skip to earlier in the video, and it'll be as if I'm still there. I could call them others. All right, then. What's like a Old English word for other? Probably just be other or something. But let's find out. Old English translator. Other. And the Old English word for that is... Oh, it's got a letter in that's not a Roman letter, and I don't know how to pronounce it. But I know how to put it in the chat. It's this. That's not very useful to me. Outsider. Let's try that. Word not found. Alien. I mean, I know they wouldn't have had a word for space alien, but they might for, like, person from another tribe. I don't know. Elorgast. That's a good one. Alien spirit. A spirit living or going elsewhere, or a departing spirit. Whoa! Well, that's not really... Hostile alien, fell demon, malicious, malignant guest. Well, these people are sort of... everyone's very suspicious of them. Unfortunately, it's a word that's absolutely full of letters we don't have. But I do know some people who are very clever with language and old language. There it is. Neogast, it looks like to my silly old eyes. Yeah, exactly, Matt. These guys are just like weird people. They've basically just sort of popped out of nowhere. Nobody knows where they are, but they are people. You know, they're integrated into society and they're people, but there's a lot of suspicion on them because they've just popped out of nowhere. Quite a while ago. Oh yeah, it's a thorn, isn't it? Oh, KBY said it's a thorn. If you do Lovecraftian, everyone knows it's Lovecraftian, you know. I mean, if you do Old English, everyone knows it's Old English, but at least it's sort of real. Alien enemy is... Does anyone know... Oh no, I can just look it up myself. How do you pronounce that thing? It is an Icelandic letter representing a usually atypical voiced alveolar non-sibilant fricative, similar to the in English, that. All right, so it's like a thorn. Okay, so in that case, the word I've just found is unfreedman. Oh. So I could call him the Freeth, or the... Trouble is, I knew a kid at school called Frith, and I don't want him to think that I've, used his name. Frith is an Old English word meaning peace, freedom from molestation, protection, safety, and security. Well, that's the exact opposite of what I'm looking for. Utländer, foreigner, stranger, alien. So outlander, Utländer. It's a little bit... That's a bit too... Danish sounding or something, you know? Unmeg, one who is not a kinsman. The Unmeg. Yeah, go on then. That's all right. Let's put that. Unmeg. I could play with that. I could come up with something from that. Plural, the Unmegus. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. This is kind of cool. There's a word here that I can't pronounce, but let me look it up. Boot basically means ghost. Cool. No, I can't call them boots. Because that's like boots, you know, like shoes. Weirds, wickers. Well, yeah, I could do. I could call them weirds. But then I might as well call them whites. I knew a kid called Fraz. Never heard of Frith, though. It was Frith. Frith. But Frith. I call him the Thriff. Mind you, that's like thrifty. How to pronounce Eltheodig. Whoops, why is that blue? And it's changed my formatting. Alright, I won't post that. How do we pronounce it? Spell it? Alright, well if I can change that to a T, a TH, because it's a thorn. And then, yep. Eltheodig. That little dig at the end makes it sound like a diglet or something, doesn't it? But just the Eltheod is not a bad name for a kind of monster. Try that. Pronounce Boohooth. Okay. Galician word for outlandish, estraño. Oh. Estraño. That's good, but it's a bit sort of, well, Spanish sounding. And knowing nothing about that language or having no background in it, I doubt many of my other words are going to sound of a piece with that. It is a good one, though. For some used boots, was it, Matt? All of the above, semi-automagic. Yeah, I'm open to suggestion, really. Whoops. Elagast. Oh, that's nice. It sounds a bit much like a ghost, but that doesn't. That's not necessarily a bad thing because these guys are creepy looking. Oh dear. In a minute. Sorry, I just got a text off Abby who's stuck in town because the buses aren't running for some reason. So I've got Unmegas, I've got the Eltheod, and I've got Elagast. What else do we have? Fearlick, far off, alien, strange. Friend, sounds a bit too much like friend. Ungekind, unnatural alien. Uthgenge, fugitive alien, fleeting, vanishing, departing. Well, no, that's not what they do. Stranger, alien, foreign. The Utakumen. Or the Utaku. Not too bad. Simon. Mountain cumin. All right, there we go. That's everything I can get from Old English. Let me try outside. Oh, what about like uncover or appear? Oh, hang on a minute. So now I'm going to look up words for like things that appear, but I don't know how to look that up really. I've put appear, but that hasn't really worked. You know, I can put unveil. No. Oh, what about new? Because these are like new people that have shown up that they have to deal with. No, not so much. Okay, well. I'll tell you what I am going to do. Right, well, I'm just going to go to the toilet and then I'll be back, okay? Go to the toilet, 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 go to the toilet. To the toilet. Hello. So, shall I start the next bit? I mean, I wasn't expecting to. No, I know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to start the next bit. I am going to start the next bit. Let's go. Which of those names should we call them? Which do you prefer? The Eltheod, the Elegant? I suppose you don't know the character. Sorry, I'm getting messages from my wife who's basically trapped. Even the cabs are tweeting about 20-minute waits for them. On a bus now, it's a football match, and the road works. Don't know how long it'll take us to even leave town. Okay. Is it a football? It might not be a football match, she said. It was the emphasis was mine. Yes, heavy traffic congestion due to the football traffic. Right. Okay. It's great, isn't it? Football. Love it. Really, really, really good. Maybe a shade prefix to infer that they're a shade, and then you can use a weird or new suffix. Oh. Oh. Reckon? All right. Well, I'll do that another time. For now, I'm just going to use one of these words that I've come up with because I quite like them. Well, let's go with this. Utaku. Utaku. Oh, yeah, I can't use it for that reason. Yes, I can. I can do whatever I want. So it's only for now. We can change it later. So. Need a name. Need a name for someone who works at the station. Where's my name generator thing? There it is. Well, Bodmin came up, and I quite like that, but it's a bit obvious that I've just found an English place. Sorry, Colin Bodmin. I'm just trying to, start as quickly as I can. So, okay, so I'll copy and paste those. I'll have a new. I'll do a new document, which is like names and stuff. Bonk. Get rid of that. And go. Now I need an interesting and unusual kind of jewel. Hackmanite seems all right. Oh, that's quite a nice one. What's that? Arween. Arween. Okay, but there's no way I can... it's one of the more rarely isolated components of lapis. Oh, okay. Unpopular jewels. Let me try that. I'm looking for a kind of jewel that's not just like emerald or something, you know, it's like a slightly out there variety. Although, I am wasting time if I just said emerald. Perhaps I'll do that if I don't find anything in the next couple of minutes. Sorry, PSP. I got to the end of the chapter sort of thing, so I had a little... I don't know. Mentally, I sort of have disconnected, and I'm trying to get back into it. List of precious stones and semi-precious gemstone types. Here we go. More Sitsit. That's a nice one. Garnet, of course. Morganite. See, that's a good one. Morganite would be good, but it's named after J.P. Morgan. Like that's named sort of recently after a human person. Ametrine? Ametrine? Oh, it's a combination of amethyst and citrine. Well, it's not, but its colours are. Okay. Numite. Obsidian. Appetite? Appetite. That's a nice one. I've got a bit of an appetite for that one. Alright, let's call it appetite for now. How should I start the scene? Oops. Start that again. There. Oh my god. Something like that. Oh my god! You can tell I've mentally checked out. Do you know what? Right, so I'll tell you why I'm so distracted. It's because I promised myself that if I did a good run of writing, well, I mean, apart from the fact that my wife's flipping trapped in town, that's making me fuss a bit. But I promised myself that if I did a good bit of writing, then I was allowed to go on AM2R, which I'm going to have in a minute. No, I'll get rid of that. I want to say it disappears between like the floor and the wall. You know, like right up at the edge. Well, I guess I'll say under the skirting board. And then if that's not a good way of putting it, or, you know, the history doesn't line up, then I'll change it another time. Oh, but I've said board. So let's get rid of that. Yeah, Bodmin is not the right word for it, not the right name for him. I kind of don't even want to work with it. What else can I come up with? Oh, Brettles, and not too bad one. Makes it like somewhere between brittle and metal. Shall I move him over to the... What I want to do is, I think I ought to have him move away from that door. But I don't want to just say, like, Brettle's head. And then, like, moving over in the corridor, because that's a bit basic. But whatever, this is a first draft and it's NaNoWriMo. I'm allowed to put in whatever nonsense I need, and then on a second draft I can go back, or on an edit, and I can improve the way that it's described. Oh gosh, there's things happening in the chat. Sorry everybody, what's going on? Guys, I have so many feelings. Have you? Why, what's up? Yo, Dave right here, what's up? Well, what's up is I'm doing some writing for NaNoWriMo. And this is my first writing stream, and it's a public one, but they're going to be Patreon ones hereafter. Ian didn't manage to get a download of AM2R before Nintendo took it down. Oh dear, well, I mean, you can still get it. It's out there, isn't it? Morganite changes colour. Oh, cool. Have you seen Bismuth? Nope. Tourmaline. Oh, KBY30's in a play, apparently. Cool. PSP wants me to ban him, but I'm going to remain steadfast. Is there somewhere we can get the toilet song? Well, yeah, it's on YouTube. Just type in Demon Smarter Dave, go to the toilet, and you'll find it. That's terrible writing. Oh, never mind. First draft, NaNoWriMo. No. See, you can tell I've got notes for this section, but not really enough to know everything that I need to write. So I'm having to sort of get from one thing to the next, and that can require a lot of pausing and thinking. Oh, okay. Well, what play are you going to go and see, KBY? Ooh. Just a moment. Oh, how do I put this? Right, my problem is that I can't think how to word this without it sounding like the kind of like a different character talking, like the kind of thing she wouldn't say. NaNoWriMo, first draft. There, it doesn't have to be good to read, it just has to get done. Mock defense. Oh, is this a defense with a C situation? Never was good at that. Was that room? What a terrible sentence. Never mind, I'll fix it later. That's silly. I'm being way too vague here because we're going to find out in a minute what's going on in the room, but I want to say something that doesn't sound like I'm just obfuscating what's going on. No. I'm trying to think of anything that he can say that isn't going to be said in the next scene. Do you know what? I'm killing time. What I really want is to get this guy to enter the room at this stage. But I need a little bit of something to... if you don't finish it, you give us a comic instead. But then I'd have to finish a comic. Oh, what? You mean, like, you pre-order it and then... like, if I don't finish the book, then you get a free gumbo or something like that? Yeah, I could do that. Well, anyway, look, we're way off that point yet. We're nowhere near that. I'm going to have another hobnob. Yeah, why not? I'll work on that another time. Let's just bring him in now. And I haven't said where the cloakroom is yet, but I'll do the scene setting another time. How do I describe this guy? See you, KBY30. How do I word this? What I'm trying to say is that straight away, she can tell what this guy is just from the way he moves as he comes in. And the ponderous speed of the door opening. You know, I've already said the door opens, so that's no good. This is a tricky one. Nearly. Maybe this is the problem. I shouldn't start there. No. If I don't have the door open, I have to have her turn again, and she's already done that. Alright, I'll just write it badly, and then first draft, NaNoWriMo. At which it opened. Terrible. No, no, don't like it. Don't like it. Tell you what. Do this tomorrow. The cloakroom door opens. Straight away, you can tell the person walking through it is not human. From the way, the sort of ponderously smooth way their legs move, you know, it's tricky to put this into words. He's walking weird. Door handle. No, that's a bit weird because you don't even really do that. You just push a door. And how his fingers are, I'll just put that. And then once you've got him in the damn room, you can start describing him. And won't that be fun? Do you know what? How about if I stop there? Because I know what I'm doing straight away tomorrow. I was mentioning AM2R earlier, and the reason I mentioned it is that when I was at university, I had a lot of long projects to get. It was the end of term, and I had a lot of work that I had to do, and I couldn't get myself to do it. Couldn't figure it out. And then Metroid Fusion came out, and it was my first Metroid game. This is on the Game Boy Advance. And my roommates bought it for me. I think it was my birthday. And a lovely bunch they were. And I figured out that if I wrote a certain amount until it felt satisfying, you know, like a couple of paragraphs, I put some limit on it. If I got that far, anyway, whatever it was, I was allowed to play a life in Metroid Fusion. And I wasn't very good at Metroid Fusion, so I used to die a lot. And I broke it up that way, and it worked marvellously well. I got all the work done and played through Metroid Fusion and just had a great time. So I'm intending to do that with NaNoWriMo and AM2R. So I might stop there and award myself with a little go until Abby gets here, if she ever does. She appears to be entirely locked in town on a non-moving street. I better get in touch with that. Honestly, ever since I got that text off her, I've only been thinking about that and I've not been able to really concentrate on this. So I'm gonna get in touch with her, see what's going on there, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Right, there we go. So that is my first writing stream I've ever done. If you want to see more of them, then go to patreon.com. Just check the spelling. Yep, patreon.com/DemonTomatoDave. There'll be a couple of bits of public stream. I think I'll start some of them public and then switch to private. So if you want to be on my Patreon, then you will be able to read this being written, and who knows, it might end up being a book you like. Imagine that. Imagine if it was. Imagine if you weren't here now, and then in 2 years' time or whatever it is, you happened to read this book and you loved it. And then you found out that you could have been here. You could have watched it happen. You could have been talking to me while it did. Give me suggestions and so on. Don't miss out on that. Come over to the Patreon. But I understand if you haven't got any money, that's all right. You'll be able to, I guess, read it when it's finished or something. And, we'll see one another again. So, but the majority of my streams this month are going to be concentrating on doing this. And perhaps I'll get over this hurdle while I'm off air, in case that's part of what's delaying me. And there we go. So there we go. Don't really like this bit so far, but the first bit was pretty good. All right, bye! Bye!